Why didn't you eat the banana? I packed you the banana. I took the lunch kit and I threw it on the ground.
Validated. About to rob her.
Yeah. She's around the corner. Hurry, I see a shadow. Pick up the box.
This is my podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the manic world of Jaci Terjeson. This is my podcast. And we're just going to talk about times that we've lost it, the times we've seen other people lose it, because we all do it. And we got to talk about it because life can be boring sometimes and we need some entertainment. So thank you for listening. It means the world, Mom. And today I have a delightful guest on my podcast. Okay, we met a few years ago because she came out and did my show all the way from New York. She's a mother. She's a New Yorker. She's a comedian in New York. She's touring all over the United States, selling out shows. She's been on so much television. And you've seen her go viral over and over and over again on the interwebs. Give it up for the very funny Alyce Chan.
Yay. What an intro.
Was that all that
is that
right?
me?
That's you.
Wow.
You're an accomplished,
I wish you
badass
could be my
mama.
mom. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love that energy about you, Jackie. You're always like #1 cheerleader for everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, I knew you were special when I saw you.
I was special when you saw me.
You were.
I was?
Yeah, you were special before I even saw you.
Wow.
When you pulled up in that little car to pick me up and we never met, and I saw your sparkly eyes, I was like, she's special. I'm going to hop in the car with a stranger who I don't know at all, and I trust her.
Wow, I have no recollection of that.
Oh my God, you didn't? I was scared to shit. I was like, we can swear.
Yes, we can
Yeah,
swear.
I was like, okay, this girl who I met on social media is picking me up right now in her car.
You're like, this is what they tell you not to do.
Yeah, and I don't know if this show is legit. Like, I don't know where I am right now.
And you flew all the way from New York.
I did. I took a
knowing.
chance. And then I got in the car, and I was just like, I love her.
Oh,
yeah,
yay.
instant bestie.
And then I did rob you, but...
Did you? Oh, yeah, but that was only like a few $100.
Yeah, I appreciate your forgiveness on that. No,
you have 3 kids. You need the money.
It's true. She was like, she definitely needs it.
It's
This
like,
car
you
is
need new
disgusting.
shoes. Yeah, you need a good car wash.
Well, thank you for coming on the pod. So you're from New York. Tell me like a few things that you have coming up that you're excited about.
Okay. I'm actually thank you for calling me a New Yorker.
Yeah. Am I wrong on that?
You know, there is this general rule where if you've lived in New York, you can call yourself a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I call myself a Canadian because I grew up in Vancouver, BC.
Snap.
And I'm still very nice.
Yeah.
And polite.
Yeah.
Even though I've been in New York for almost 18 years.
Wow.
But I am always rushing and I don't have patience.
And that's not Canadian.
That's New York.
Okay. Canadians have a lot of patience and they don't
They're
rush.
slow.
They're slow.
And that bugs the hell out of me.
Oh my God.
But I'm nice.
Right.
I am so nice, Jackie.
You're
right?
so nice. I mean, that's the first thing I noticed about you in that car when you didn't know me and you came in. I was like, she's nice.
Yeah, and I gave you the $300.
Because I'm about to rob her
yeah,
blind.
I just like gave you $300. I was like, no questions asked. Here's 300 Canadian. Do what you will with it.
Yeah, 300 Canadian. So it ended up being like
$1.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know where the exchange rate is. I'm like 3,000.
What did you ask me again, Jackie?
I said, what do you have coming up? that you're excited about?
My gosh, I'm so excited
Yeah, tell me
about.
everything.
I don't know when this show is going to air.
We probably like 30 years from now. Let's be real.
Yeah, I have. I guess this could be edited out. But I have a big show at Caucus in San Francisco, June 1st. I was born in San Francisco, so it's extra special to me.
Wait. Are we talking dual sit?
Dual sit.
You got a dual city set?
Yeah,
That's
don't
amazing.
come after me. Yeah, I have a U.S. passport.
Wow.
But I'm allowed to say I'm Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah,
Best
and
of both
I
worlds.
go both ways. I go to Canada, I go to U.S., and it's amazing, especially for comedy.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. So I have the June 1st. I have more shows. I'm thinking of going to Chicago.
Ooh.
Obviously going back to Cali. I love Cali, especially when it's cold in New York. Just thinking about Irvine, Orange County.
Just picking those
somewhere
oranges
warm.
straight
Anywhere
off the
warm.
tree.
Yeah.
Juicing them in the morning. That's what all
Yeah.
Californians do. They pick
Yeah.
oranges off their tree in the morning, just like this, and they juice them and they drink that in the morning. That's why they're so happy.
Yeah, with pulp and all. It's vitamin C.
Ooh, that's good.
And I would like to do a Canadian tour because I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up with that? Let's
I
go
feel
Toronto.
like Canada has really good comedy.
I feel like they do, and I haven't been exposed to it yet. Only the Vancouver, BC scene. But I would like to go to Toronto, Calgary, and do a big Canadian tour.
That's awesome. So Canadians, you heard her.
Yeah.
Have
Are you
her out.
watching Canadians?
Yeah, I have a big Canadian following on my podcast.
I love that.
Yeah, mostly because they start listening to it and then they're too nice to turn it off when they don't like it. So they're like,
Yeah, very passive aggressive.
sorry, I guess I'll have to finish this podcast. I don't know. We went a little weird.
Is that
there,
a Canadian accent?
Yeah.
That is so not a Canadian accent.
From the upper region of Ottawa.
Oh, I have never been to Ottawa. So I've
Okay.
only been to Toronto and Vancouver and
Yeah.
Montreal.
Okay.
And I always thought that's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to go to Calgary because I want to visit Banff.
Yeah.
And there's somewhere between that. Edmonton, maybe? Maybe?
I know all
Yeah.
the geography of Canada. So. No, I want to do a show in Canada, but like all the way up. Like
Ooh.
Arctic. I'm talking
Really?
penguins.
Are there
I'm
clubs?
talking igloos. I'm talking, a lot of snow.
Too cold for me.
Yeah.
Good luck, though.
I need a lot of penguins. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to take over. I also want to do a show in Greenland. Well, it's still Greenland.
Oh my
Wouldn't that be nice?
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take me with you.
Before it's America.
America, yeah.
Just kidding. I hope it's not.
No.
But
Be forever
that
Greenland.
okay, that does bring me to we're talking about losing it. Somebody who has been losing it often lately, Donald Trump.
Oh, we're talking politics?
We're talking politics. We're getting topical. Okay, he had all these tariffs. He was like, we're gonna do all these tariffs. And then he's like slowly like, it is the exact same way I lose it on my kids as a parent.
You charge them tax?
I charge them tax
Yeah.
and I increase it until they
Yeah.
do what I say.
Yeah.
A lot of tariffs in my house.
Yeah.
No, if I get mad and I'm just like, you're never watching TV again.
Yeah.
And then when you realize it's crashing your vibes, your economy,
Yeah.
if you will, you're
Yeah.
like,
You give it back.
maybe a 20-minute show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, sure.
that turns into a 30-minute show.
Yeah. And then a 2-hour show, and then you can be left alone to cook
Right.
dinner
Ugh.
for them.
Yay.
That's kind of like my process, too.
Is it?
Yeah, I remember when they were toddlers, I was hanging out with a mom, and she would give her kid like an ice cream cone, and she would say, "Mom tax," and she would take a big bite, and the kid would happily give her the cone. And then I tried that with my kid,
Yeah.
and I gave him a cookie. I'm like, "Mom tax," and he's like, "No," and he just pulled the cookie away from me, and I'm like, "No, like mom tax, like I have to have
You're
a
like,
bite."
this is a thing.
Yeah, like all the moms are doing it. And I was like 2 years too late to the game
You got to start when they're young.
when they're really young, when they don't understand
Yeah.
the language yet. And so we don't do that. They don't share their food with me.
Yeah.
So I have,
That's not allowable.
yeah, so now I have to be like the passive aggressive tiger mom. Like, I do all this for you. And then I list on, like,
The
I
guilt
get up
trip.
early. Yeah.
Yes.
I lay on the guilt really thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's as effective as putting a tax on anything.
I love that. I
Yeah,
think
the guilt
people talk
tax.
about like you shouldn't guilt your kids into things, but I think that's like a powerful tool that moms have always wielded.
Yeah, and I'm so good at that because I have so much in me that's like guilt.
Yeah.
I've learned from my childhood.
Right.
And I have, like, I'm really good at counting. So I'm like, number one, I got up early and I made you pancakes.
Yes.
Number two, I read you a bedtime story. Number three, number four, and I go all the way to like 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I can count that
Your
high.
kids have amazing attention.
They're gone by,
They're
by number three.
You're talking to yourself at that
I
point.
was like 14, 15. Yeah.
No, that's how I know I've lost it as a mom is when I start.
Counting?
No, but when I start being like, you guys, I've done so much. I'm like begging them. They're like
Yeah.
children. I'm like, please.
Just
lustful control. But
Yeah.
that's also okay. The tariff thing. He's like, I'm gonna do these tariffs, and he's like, well, okay. When I said that, I didn't really mean. I didn't. No, you heard
I was
me
just
wrong.
trying to scare you.
Right. I was just trying to.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with when they did that meeting with Zelensky, the Ukrainian prime minister,
Yeah.
J.D. Vance was there.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like a parenting moment that's like gone to hell.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you didn't even say thank you. You didn't say thank you to us, bud.
That's my son. Those two. He's like, can I have the remote now? Say thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. No, not like that. Say thank you like you mean it.
Wait, are you the one saying?
No, it's
your
watching my
sons
two
between-
kids. And I'm like, where did you get that? Oh, you probably got it from me.
Right.
I don't recall that, but they do that. They're like, say thank you. Yeah, I just gave that to you. Say thank
They
you.
demand it.
Yeah.
They're like, we will have manners here, but they will be demanded. My son will do that too with like, say sorry now. He's like, say sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't.
Yeah, and I'm like, he'll say sorry when he's ready to, because
Right.
then it'll come off as more sincere. You don't want a fake sorry. And he's like,
Right.
no, say sorry. Say sorry.
Say
And
it.
they're like, sorry. No, not like that. Not
Right.
like that. And then they start fighting again.
What if Zelensky said that like that? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That wouldn't work.
Thank you.
Has
Thank you
to
for
be
the
sincere.
missiles.
Has to be sincere.
Yeah.
So you have to give it time. You can't force someone to say thank you.
You can't.
You can't tell someone to say thank you.
Right, especially someone who's leading a war-torn country. That's probably not the first thing on his mind to
Right.
sit down and write. Dear President Trump and my good pal JD, dude, thanks for all the ammunition. Like, totally helped me out, bro. Signed, sealed, delivered. I don't even know if there's a post. Like, where would he? Anyway,
Personal messenger.
Oh.
I'm sure he has
the
someone who
internet. Forgot
delivers.
about that for a
Yeah,
second.
there's also email.
Right. Wow. Sorry. Let me
Or
bring
maybe
my
text.
brain back
maybe
online.
they can text as well.
Oh, they
like
could
with a funny
text on the signal.
GIF. Yeah.
Right. I don't even know what the signal is, to be honest. Do you know?
No, of course not.
Okay. I thought they meant like the signal that all of our phones send, the magical wires in the air. I don't know about technology. I just use it.
I don't know about anything. I'm in perimenopause. Jackie.
Let's talk a little bit more about that perimenopause.
Okay, I'll get you ready for it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I only learned the term, actually, the word
Yeah.
perimenopause 2 years ago.
Okay.
All I thought was like, when you hit 50, you'll have menopause, which means your period stops. That's all I knew.
Okay. Right.
But
right. That's all I need to.
perimenopause, you can actually start as early as 30, early 30s.
Wow. So I have a few years to go.
Yeah. Or more than that. Some people don't start until they're in their mid 40s
Uh-huh.
or like later 40s, depends, right?
Yeah.
So I just started learning that, and I don't have hot flashes,
Okay.
but I do a lot of my sketches on Instagram claiming I do have hot flashes.
Okay.
I'm preparing myself.
Right. Yeah.
And I do itch a lot. My skin's really itchy, so I have that. Rage,
Rage.
mood swings. Like
Yes.
people irritate the people who live in my house
Yeah.
irritate me.
Yeah.
And they do nothing, and I'm like irritated. And so I have a lot of that.
It's relatable. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's fun, and a lot of brain fog. Like I totally forget things. Like yesterday, I did a show.
Yeah.
I forgot I stopped 3 times. I'm like having a moment here. Just bear with me. And we all took like a break. I'm like, anyone need to go pee? I'm like,
The
I'm
entire
sorry.
audience gets
Yeah,
up.
everyone went and got to pee.
Yeah.
And then we collected ourselves, and then I started the show all over again because I forgot where I left off.
Nobody even remembered either. They're like,
No
"Oh,
one
okay,
remembered,
okay."
and they were like,
Right.
"Who is this person?" I'm like, "Let's just go to a different club and watch somebody else." So we all went to a
Together.
different club. Yeah,
It's like when Andy Kaufman brought everybody on the bus for like
yeah.
milk and cookie or ice cream or whatever, but you like just bring them to a different comedian show.
Yeah, we went to a really good show after.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it
I
was
love
fun.
it. Yeah, perimenopause, losing it. I don't think I'm in perimenopause. It reminds me of periwinkles, by the way, which is a color, but also
I love
they're
periwinkle
tiny-
blue.
They're tiny.
Yeah, I have a.
This is kind
Okay,
of
we're
close.
so off topic, and I love
It's
that.
off topic.
I
It's
have a
tangents.
purse that's periwinkle blue.
Ooh.
It's almost like a almost I want to be lavender purple, but not.
Yes, I love
I love that
I love a
color.
periwinkle.
I
Also,
love that.
they're creatures. This is now an aquatic lesson. They're like little, almost like hermit crabs, but they're teeny.
They're called periwinkles.
That's what I've been told.
I love this new word.
Yeah, could somebody just drop in the chat what you've called them? But we're zipping back. We talked about periwinkles. I get such bad PMS, PMDD, maybe double D, that like the other day I was like losing it on my kids, and one of my son goes, "Are you on your period?" And then my other son goes, "No, I think she forgot her meds."
Oh my God.
I was like,
Wait, and how old are the first
the
comment
first
came
one
from?
8, the second one 9.
That is hilarious. Please tell me you have that on your set.
I don't, but I should. I think I've maybe said it on this podcast, but it bears repeating.
You need to put this on your show.
I should.
That
And they
is-
weren't wrong. That's
Yeah.
the worst part.
So
I'm mad because you're reading me like a
So-
graphic novel
So
right
did
now.
he remind you of the meds? Were you like, thank you?
Yeah,
need to take-"
I probably was like, I'm not PMSing and I've taken my meds, but then I'm like checking my calendar. I'm like, oh, like a freaking, I am a Captain Underpants novel right now, and you guys are right in your reading level.
Oh my gosh. My 10-year-old, he just turned 11. He knows the word perimenopause. I'm like, good for you. Because
I love it.
no one's educated. We only start talking about it, I think, for the past couple few years, I think.
Yeah.
And Oprah just started talking about it. Come on.
If Oprah's
Oprah.
on it,
She just started talking
yeah,
about it. This should have been talked about 10 years ago.
that's true. Never on her show.
My husband is learning about it. He's seeing a lot of articles. He'll send it to me. He's like, did you know that women who hit menopause, they have a higher rate of divorcing their husbands?
Wow.
It was a really good article.
Wow. He's
Because-
like preparing. He's
Yeah.
like, it's like somebody preparing for battle. He's
Yes.
like, we really got to prep.
Yeah, he's like, is there anything I can help with or like do better? And it is because women are losing their estrogen, which means they're giving less fucks about
Ooh.
other people.
Yeah.
So they start taking care of themselves, putting themselves first. And then
Queens.
and then they're like, wait, I don't need this.
Right.
I don't need dirty socks. And then they
Right.
get frustrated and their tolerance is like not there
Right.
anymore. So
Right.
they're like, they leave their husbands.
Wow. Do you know what I recently heard?
What?
Which is the same thing, is that women, okay, I heard this.
Okay.
This may have been in a study. I have not laid eyes upon it. Neither has probably the person who told me this. So this could be completely inaccurate. But what was said was that women who are single live longer than women who are married. Men who are married live longer than men who are single. Because
heard
who's
that.
picking up the socks?
I heard that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because the men who live alone, they slip on those socks and die
They
from
do.
a bad fall.
There's no one to pick them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows men cannot physically
Yeah.
pick up socks.
It's physically not capable
Right.
of
They're-
bending down that low because they're so much
because
taller.
they're so weak.
yeah.
and frail.
their hips aren't built like women, so they can't
Right.
pivot the way we do. But also, I am now teaching my sons how to pick up socks.
Wow.
So that they don't necessarily have to marry
If they
a
can,
woman.
if they can retain that flexibility in their hips
Yeah.
into manhood,
Yeah, so they
Game changer.
are strengthening their hip flexors by
Yes.
bending down and picking up
yes,
socks.
I love that.
Yeah,
1 and 2.
these are we are making better men.
I hope so. I'm trying. Wow, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Sometimes some things I don't, but yeah, they're
We
amazing.
can only try,
We can only try.
and
That's
we
all
are
can do.
entitled to have. We're allowed to have blow-ups.
Yeah.
We're humans.
Yeah.
We're humans. I can't
We're allowed.
talk.
We're humans.
And the animals also have
Yeah.
blow-ups.
I know periwinkles do. Something else I learned. So do you lose it a lot?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know when I do. And it's like I'll be nice and I'll play with my kids
Yeah.
because I overcompensate. and I want to be the fun mom.
Right.
I'm like, who wants to play hide and seek? Okay, we're going to do it in the dark with scary music. And this game is called Vulture because I'm the vulture. You know, you got to put animals into it to make it like mystical.
Right.
And they're like, ooh. And I'm like, and you have to retrieve a sacred orb that gives off magic powers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'll hide it and you guys find it and then I'll crawl around the hallway creepy.
You're such a good mom.
No. And then I get tired because they were like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. The third time. I'm like, okay, no, it's 9:30 now. You guys should brush your teeth. Oh, but no, I said brush your teeth. And then I get like crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. And there's socks on the ground. I told you to pick it up. Why are we playing Vulture? It's like 10 p.m. And then
You're like, you said you wanted to play, Mom.
And then my husband's like, why do you do this? Like you get on their level and you play with them and then your threshold is like there.
Yeah.
And then they do one thing and then you get all nuts on them. I was like, yeah, I need to scale it back.
Right.
Like maybe one vulture instead of 3. Like,
so do they like push you? You're like, okay, like,
because they'll
it's
guilt.
going to be the last one.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, that was so fun. I wish we could play again. I'm like, okay, let's play again. They're like, no, you're too tired. Like, me? Tired? No,
I've never been tired in my life. What are you talking about?
Tired.
Wow, no, that's so good. I mean, when you get to that place when you're like playing with them, are you able to like play?
Present?
Yeah.
So the first one, because
Okay.
I'm like, I'm a vulture.
Right.
And I want to really scare them.
Yeah.
Like I get a lot of joy creeping up on them.
Yeah.
So I'll like hide behind a door and they're like, they'll get the orb and they'll be coming down the hallway
Yeah.
and they'll be like, ah! Like that.
And they'll scream.
They'll scream
Yeah.
and they both will be giggling and screaming and they're like truly afraid.
Yeah.
Like there's scary music happening. I don't know if I'm traumatizing
Wow,
my kids.
you go all
Yeah.
out. There's like a fog machine.
And I'm so fog machine, but that's a good
dry
idea.
ice
I'm
happening.
going to order some fog machine and dry ice, but like Adrian will be in the safe space and like James will be like getting the orb, retrieving the orb, and Adrian's like, hurry, I see a shadow, and they'll be like talking to each other. He's like, I almost got it, and then like I'll come around the corner and Adrian's like, wait, she's around the corner, and they'll scream. I'm like, this is because I love horror movies.
That's amazing.
I'm so psycho.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, okay, first of all.
And then I get tired.
And then you get tired and
then I
you're
yell at
like,
them.
you're like, I'm done.
I'm done.
And then like the done mark is so final.
Yeah.
I feel that way
Because
too.
it's like, it was good. It ran for good
Yeah.
7 minutes. I gave a couple good screams. I slithered on the floor. I did my thing.
the dramatics.
Yeah.
The acting.
Yeah.
The craft.
The finale was epic. I was like, this is good, guys, right? Then, oh, we should play. I wish we could play again. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Even though you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yes.
But I'm like, I gotta be a fun mom.
Because
Gotta be a
you've
fun mom.
betrayed yourself in that moment. Your boundary was like, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm inspired though because I feel like I don't play with my kids and they'll like want to watch these YouTube like families who are like, and I'm like, you know what? This is banned in our house because this is making me feel too guilty. Okay.
That's fine.
They're playing too much with their kids at this
Yeah,
point. This is
I know.
unrealistic expectations.
It's unrealistic. You don't have to play with your kids.
No, I want to.
You want to?
do want to, but
you?
it's that. It's like
You have to do it if you enjoy it though.
Right.
Like Monopoly.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't want to play
Yeah.
Monopoly or Life, like board
Yeah.
games with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I don't enjoy it. I taught them poker.
Ooh.
I like playing 21 with
That's
them.
amazing that you taught them poker.
I lost $100.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom would be very disappointed in me right now. But my dad would be proud because he loves the casino. And
Yeah.
I'm like making my dad proud. And I like scaring them like in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, that's all.
Yeah. Okay, this is a tangent, but I just recently got eaten alive by moms on Threads because of horror stuff. Because my son came home crying because they had to watch a scary book trailer. And it was like scary. Like I thought it was scary. It was like horror. He's in 3rd grade. It was like about this kid who's like on Zoom and she's like, oh, you friends are so cool. She's like in a Zoom meeting with these other kids. She's like, let's meet in real life. And then when she goes to meet them in real life, it's a cemetery. And behind her are these dead kids with like zombie eyes.
Jackie,
3rd grade. Am I insane?
This is 18 plus content.
Thank you.
Dead
kids. And then they go, we want you to join us.
Wait.
And the book cover is this girl, and she's like, with these dead hands. My kid is crying. So I go on
my
Threads. I'm like,
God.
I like kind of bitch about it. These moms ate me alive, Alyce.
Well, first of all, your kids saw this where?
At library.
At
In
the
elementary school.
library?
In elementary school library class time.
At class
Yes.
time?
And so I was like, I said something
Oh
on
my God.
Threads, shout out to Scholastic. I was like, this is crazy, right? And all
Yeah.
these moms were like, wow, I guess we're just bubble wrapping our kids now. I'm like, what?
No.
Excuse me?
No. Because they're not mentally, emotionally mature to handle that. You can't
Yeah.
unsee something that is traumatizing.
Right.
That is why there's
Thank you.
ratings on movies. When I grew up, you're much younger than me, there were no ratings. So I saw Exorcist when I was 7.
my
I
God.
wish I did not see it. I'm scared.
Yes.
For the rest of my life, I'm scared of Linda Blair's
soup.
head. And and
Yes.
anyone who pukes, I'm like, that's Exorcist. Like,
Right.
just, there's a double in
You
her.
have, that's why you're always carrying around holy water. I was curious about
Yeah.
that. I never knew.
I'm scared of
reason.
Draculas.
Right.
Vampires. I do scary shit around
Yeah.
my kids. Like, why am I creeping around in the dark like a sloth?
Wait, this is all connecting
Yeah.
now. This is all.
See, it will. Yeah, this is who I became because I watched scary movies because
That's
no one
crazy
was
when you were
monitoring it.
7. When I was 7, I saw Titanic, and that was scary to me.
That's scary because you don't know if you're on a cruise ship if it's going to tank.
right. If I'm on a cruise ship at 7 years old and I see somebody pull out a violin,
Oh,
I
shit.
think shit's
You're
about
like,
to go down.
We're gonna get a raft.
Right.
We're out of here.
I'm like, where's the propeller? Because I am propeller man now. I know I'm gonna hit it.
No, kids can't handle that.
No.
Dead kids.
I know. So yeah, they were basically just saying like, don't you remember Goosebumps? I'm like, I feel like that was on a different level. Maybe I'm not wrong. I
Goosebumps
don't
was
know.
a little more silly. It is scary, but it wasn't gross and it wasn't dead kids. And like dead kids, it's very realistic. So
Yeah.
it looks real.
Yeah.
The kids can't tell apart reality and fiction.
Right. Thank you.
You were totally in the right.
Thank you. Validated. This is my V. And I would just like to say to all you moms out there on Threads, you better check yourself. Yes. And that's our segment that's called You Better Check Yourself. That's real. But yeah, so you lose it.
Yeah.
We all lose it. Do you have like a specific story, or was your vulture? Was that
No, I had my kid. I remember my oldest was 3. I had Adrian, who is a baby, and I would pack his lunch.
yeah?
And I would pack a banana because I was trying to be a good mom. I'm like, he doesn't eat enough nutrients. So there's like crackers and there's like a banana and yogurt.
Right. The rest is
pouch.
just candy.
Yeah,
King
yeah.
size, but
whatever rocks in there. And then I remember coming specifically, we came back to the park and I was like, did you eat your banana? And he goes, yeah, I tried. And I opened up the box and the banana was still there. And I was like, you didn't even open the banana. And he goes, oh. I was like, why didn't you eat the banana? I packed you the banana. Do you know how hard it is to get a ripe banana, like perfectly time it, and then put it in your lunch kit? And I took the lunch kit, the lunchbox, and I threw it on the ground. And I was like, I don't care. People were watching
at the park.
Yeah.
There's
on the
people
soil.
everywhere.
On the soil. People everywhere. And then I was like, I will never forgive myself. And I've apologized so many times. I was like, pick up the box. He was only 3, and he's like,
oh my god.
and he crouches down. He picks up the box. That's why he's so good at picking up socks now. And I was like, oh my god, what did I just fucking do?
And everybody's looking around.
Yeah,
But
and-
I feel like in that moment, all the other moms are probably just like living vicariously through you.
I think so. And they were like, good for
Yeah.
you. Yeah. He should have ate that banana.
Make him pick up that box.
I was like, I was like, okay, you're going too far. You just threw the box down. And then something in my head was like, take it a little farther. And I was like, pick up that box. Oh my God.
The flames are behind you.
And then every year I'm like, do you remember that time mommy threw your box? He's like, yeah, I remember. I'm like, hey, look at me. I'm so sorry I did that. That's not right. And he's
You have
"Yeah,
like
it's
a day of atonement every year.
fine." It's like April 15th at 4 p.m.
You take him back to the park. You're like, this is the spot.
And the banana fell right there.
This is this sacramental banana.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think-
will pick it up. for
Yeah,
you
this is the
time.
only. I'm gonna have to reverse the roles. I'm like, watch mommy pick up the box. That's why I pick up his socks now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
He gets a pass.
Oh my word, that's so. So then, and then it just you move on.
He
the moment.
doesn't eat bananas anymore.
Oh
Jackie.
my god, are you serious?
Well, now I'm still packing bananas.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, did you eat your banana? And he goes, half of it. I'm like, okay, good.
Good,
that's
good.
That's great.
You're like, you could just look at it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't even, just look at
You
it.
touch it, and then I'll take the peel. I'll just like eat the whole thing. I'm like, oh, I got it.
I'll do this for
Oh,
you.
okay.
It's so true. I totally overcompensate. Like this week, I was walking the dog, and then everybody wanted to bring their scooters and bikes, which is just like a whole extra thing, logistical nightmare. And then of course, like you're like, "Duh, stop before the alley. Stop. I see other kids, they're just running through the streets naked, and their parents are just like probably in bliss. But I'm like walking with my kids, and I'm like, stop before you get to the alley. Look both ways.
Yeah.
And when they don't, I freak out.
Yes.
I freak out.
I've had those.
And so I had one son who wasn't listening. So then, of course, what happens in my rage, at the same time, they fall. Because is it dramatics or is it intentional? I don't know. But then I look back. I didn't see the fall, but I look back and he's on the ground crying.
God.
And I go, get up.
Oh God. I'm gonna choke.
I was like, get up. And then, of course, my other son comes to his rescue, and he's like, it's okay. He fell, Mom, he fell. And then I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm the worst mom ever. And then I'm like, oh, my God, are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh no.
So overcompensating.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
worst at that. And then I'm like, you know what? We're just going to have ice cream for dinner.
Let's just everyone ice cream.
We're gonna, you know what? Let's get an ice pack for that knee.
Oh my God.
But we do it. We do it. Every mom does it. Even all those moms on Threads.
Yeah.
did it.
We have all our moments, and then we make up to them, right? I think it's important to know when you have kind of crossed those boundaries, and you can apologize, and you teach them. I'm a human.
Yeah.
I'm only human,
Right.
and I'm not perfect. Your mom
Right.
is not perfect, no matter what people tell you.
Right. No matter how amazing you think I am.
I'm not perfect. I know it's hard to believe,
Right.
but I'm not.
You see this halo? It gets messed up sometimes.
Yeah, I have problems. We have internal issues. We're all trying to work out.
The worst is when your kid goes like, I don't know if your kids see this, but like when you start to get kind of mad and they're like, I love you, Mommy. You're the best. And you're like, you can tell they're saying that because
Wow.
they can tell that you're getting mad.
Okay.
Does that happen? to your
High
kids?
EQ.
Oh, yes. I mean, yes.
That
or
is-
their trauma
No.
and force it.
That is ultimate high EQ
Is
to
it?
read. Yeah. They're reading the room. They're like, wait before she hits 10. Get in
Ooh.
there at 7.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna reframe this, as my therapist would say. I'm gonna cognitively reframe this as a positive.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
Future leaders, man.
Yeah. Pick it up.
Skill. Get up.
He won't even use a lunchbox anymore. He's
No.
he's like, I'll just carry this stuff,
Just
Mom.
carry my sandwich. I
All
don't
day
even
at
eat
school.
lunch. I don't want lunch. I don't eat snacks.
Oh my gosh. You're an amazing mom.
I am. And so are you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I saw it right when I first saw you.
When you saw my car
I was
and
like,
you
she's
saw.
special and she's an amazing mom.
That's so nice.
Yeah. And it's a lot. You have 3.
3 is a lot. 3.
It's a
I mean,
lot.
2 is a lot too. Two
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But when you add a third one,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Especially because I think my third one is a little younger. She's 3 years younger
Yeah.
than my middle.
Yep.
And they're 18 months apart. So they're kind of like doing the same stuff. Like we could get a board game out and just like Yahtzee it up, you know?
Yeah.
And then my little comes in and it's just like, what are you guys doing? And just like sprays everything. And then that's a crazy dynamic.
because you have to accommodate what's appropriate, age range appropriate. You can play board games now. This one wants to play, just wants to be with mommy.
Right.
Like, it's a lot to coordinate with three together. So
it's a lot,
right?
It's a lot. Sometimes, I think about farming one out, but I don't know the legalities.
Or you get like another wife.
I would love that. Like a wife for hire.
Yeah.
She could pick up the socks.
Yeah. Do the things that you don't have time for.
Exactly. I would if you're watching this and you would like to, please apply.
Yeah.
The application process is thick. It involves, like we said, lots of socks. It does involve yelling at a child after he's fallen off a scooter.
Yeah.
It's important. It's character building.
Yeah, it totally is. I think you have to, when they audition, you just have to give them a line. Like, how do you say get up? Get up.
It's got to be guttural. It's got to be a little bit of
coming from here.
Guttural. It's like you just hit the Titanic propeller and it's forced it out of some part of your soul that you didn't know exists. Like, get up.
Isn't it funny that both times that we've lost it in these stories that we just shared, we used the word up? Because I said, pick it up. And then you said,
get up.
Get up.
I think what we can say from this is that we're calling our children to a higher standard.
Yeah. We want them to be up all the time. Like, we're not putting them down.
No.
This is all a direction of going upwards.
It's true. I really do
Reach
think.
to the top. That's what we're trying to say.
And we are reaching with this. We are. Okay, I have a scenario for you. Okay, so what's your dog's name? I know you have a dog.
Chester.
Chester. Wow.
He's half kangaroo, part polar bear, and golden retriever. He's 80 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to know how that happened, but
Me
that's
too.
for after. That's for my Patreon users, my subscribers, Mom. But okay, so Chester, love of your life. Is he part poodle?
He is actually, his dad is golden retriever.
Okay.
We did a 21andMe, and we didn't know when we adopted him. He was a foster dog. His mom is part husky.
I thought it was 23andMe. Do dogs only have 21?
We did
chromosome?
the cheaper version.
Okay.
So it's from China. So it might not be accurate.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's part polar bear.
Okay.
And his mom is 23andMe. I'm telling everyone it's 21. Poodle and husky.
Okay. Oh, husky. Okay, go off.
There's a
Go
husky.
off, Chester.
Yeah.
Okay, I only asked because my dog is also part poodle. Okay, and they
Smart
kinda,
dogs.
My dog is like the smaller version of your dog. They look alike, I think.
How many pounds?
She's probably like 13 to 14 on a good day when she's watching her diet.
Lucky. Mine's 80.
Okay, that's big. Yeah, so she's cute. She'll go in my little. Her name's Honey. But okay, here's my scenario for you. And I want to know, this is a new segment I like to call Show Me How You Lose It. I don't know. That's what I'm calling it now.
that.
Just made it up on the spot. But okay. I know you like bananas. We've established. So here's my scenario. Chester, the love of your life. He's sunbathing. Everything's going great. The kids have come home from school. Maybe they're doing their screen time. Maybe you've just cut up a bowl of fruit for your kids. You've spent the time. This is like ripe fruit. It's organic.
Yeah.
And they told you they'd eat it.
Yeah.
But you walk in and Chester is covered in raspberry juice and strawberry juice. It's all over Chester's face. It's all over your white couch. And your boys have not eaten it. In fact, they have gotten into the thinking Pringles, and they've eaten a whole can of pizza and Philly cheesesteak flavored Pringles.
Holy smokes.
What do? Mom, I'm really sorry.
I walk into the room. We do have a white couch.
Yeah.
And I would cut them apples.
Okay.
But let's say I was stupid enough to give them raspberries. And I had to cut up the raspberries.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would cut up
You
raspberries.
did because you separated each little ball of the raspberry.
Because I don't want them to choke. Because I'm a good mom.
Exactly.
And it's perfectly fine to eat raspberries on a white couch.
Right. It's fine.
And if I walked into that scenario, this is what I would do. What the hell? What's going on, guys? I thought you guys wanted raspberries all cut up.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we ate. We might have.
No, you
some.
didn't. You didn't even wash the dog. Why is Chester? He can get sick.
Chester loves fruit, Mom. He was begging.
No, give me your Pringles. Give me your Pringles. Give it. Give it. Give it. Give it. No more screen time. Done. No more screen time for like a week. No, a month. A year.
Okay, Mom.
No screen time. No TV.
Okay.
No more fruit for the rest of your life. No more Chester dog time. No.
Okay.
No more white couches.
I guess we'll just hang out with you then.
Okay, you can have screen time after you wash the stains off the couch.
Okay. Oh, it's making
This is
it
gonna
worse.
cost me $200. I want $200 from your bank account.
Oh,
Money will solve
okay.
everything.
Ooh, that's good.
I will take money.
This is good. I like that.
Yeah, man.
That was good. Would you say
Save
what
on
the
my
hell
own.
to your kids?
Yeah, I would say, what the hell? I would love to say, what the fuck?
Yes.
But
that's not until
depends on how mad I am. But
Yeah.
I would. But I'd be like, what the hell, guys?
Yeah.
That's how mad.
And then
this is-
they'd be like,
Yeah.
"We love you, Mommy."
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They're not that high. EQ
Okay. They would just be
on
like,
that. They'll be like,
"What?"
But Adrian was watching. No, he was watching. They would blame it on each other.
I like it.
It's the
I
blame
like
game.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. Wow.
But if they intercept it with, I love you, Mommy. I'll be, I know, guys, but you should clean this up.
Or
see how fast.
I feel like I would be like, sometimes in those moments, it makes me mad because I can tell they're manipulating me. And I'd be like, "You don't love me." I'm kidding.
Because you would do this.
Yeah. You think other kids do this to their? No, I would never. I wouldn't.
I think that's a great sign that it wouldn't work on you because they have done it so many times.
Wait. Oh, my kids have done it so many times.
Because my kids have never done that. So
Yeah.
if they pull that card,
Then it's
which I
like-
think they're allowed to do it once
Yeah,
a year.
I think that's good.
And I'll fall
That's-
for it.
Yeah. Okay. Lesson to my
Can
kids.
your kids teach
scale
my
back.
kids?
Yeah.
I just want to hear those words.
I should monetize this. Is what I'm hearing.
It comes
My
down
ki-
to money.
It does. My kids are available for hire. Okay, so I have so enjoyed having you on my podcast. You're
So
the
fun.
best.
You're the best.
If you guys don't know Alyce, get to know her. Follow her on all her social medias because she puts out some killer content, and see some of her shows because she is so funny live. You're not going to want to miss it. But Alyce, before we go, will you look into the camera? We always ask our guests this, and by we, I mean me. Will you look into the camera and tell us, give us some advice for somebody who might be currently losing it?
Okay, so if you're currently losing it, or you think you will be losing it in the near future, find the ridiculous in that moment. I know it's going to be hard, but I feel like every situation you're in is laughable. Maybe after, but just try your hardest to pause and just laugh like a psycho. Like you could even just be like, "Oh, you just smeared raspberry all over our white walls." Trick your body into thinking it's funny.
Fake it till you make it.
I always fake it until I make it.
I
I
love
haven't
it.
made it yet, but I'm
Yeah.
still faking it.
Me too. I'm faking it. Am I going to make it? We'll see. Tune in next episode to find out if we make it. Thank you, Alyce, for being
Thank you,
on
Jackie, for
here.
having me.
Thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Do all the smashing and smushing and stay manic, my little babies. Bye-bye.